My name's Bowan Foreshew. I was born and raised on the Central Coast. I was born at Gosford Hospital. Growing up, I come from a rugby league background. I played rugby league from the age of 6, and yeah, all I ever wanted to be was an NRL player. Growing up, that was my dream. Done all my high school on the Central Coast, and played all my junior rugby league and my junior representative as well. So Harold Matthews, SG Ball on the Central Coast, and then had an opportunity to go down to the Melbourne Storm, their academy. It was a train and trial. So what happened was he plays under 16s, that's like Harold Matthews, and then SG Ball, that's under 18s, and then COVID happened. So because of COVID, there was a year off essentially. So they fast forwarded the pathway system to an extra year. Had the SG Boy season off, then the year off, and then there was an opportunity for Jersey Flag. So Jersey Flag's under 21s. And at the time, I didn't have a manager or I didn't have anyone sort of supporting me. So I knew I really wanted to play Jersey Flag. That was my goal, the under 21s, and was on Facebook and seeing that the Melbourne Storm Academy had a few trials, applications, and sent them a highlight reel. And they said, yeah, we'd love for you to come down. There was no guarantee. It was just a train and trial for the 8 weeks. So I invested like $5,000 out of my own money to book accommodation. And so yeah, that was 2021 November's time. I went down, done the 8 weeks. Being a kid from the Central Coast and moving to a city like Melbourne, it's a lot different. It really exposed my mind, new culture, etc. So yeah, I went down there, did the 8 weeks, and they said, yeah, we'd love to have you for the season, Bowen. So went back home and packed my things, and my dad drove me all the way from the Central Coast to Melbourne to kickstart my rugby league career in the under 21. It was probably the most toughest season for myself because when you're training and there's 40, 50 other people competing for a spot and didn't really have the connections, etc. I really had to work hard, and that was my brand in a rugby league competition. Like I wasn't the fittest, I wasn't the strongest, but I just had a great work ethic, and that's what got my foot in the door in these representatives in rugby league. So yeah, had the season down there, played like 5 games for the Storm. It's the under 21. It's a high level. You're competing against some of the best 21-year-olds in Australia that are fighting to pursue an NRL career. So it's a competition. So it really taught me resilience. There was a lot of kids in the state that when stuff got hard, that they pulled the pin and went home, and that was probably one of the biggest reasons. My coach at the end of the season, he said, "Bowen, we're so proud of you. You went through. You stayed resilient." And then after that, the Storm said, "Look, next year, Bowen, we don't think there'll be a place for you again." So the following year, Roosters gave me an opportunity. Said, "Yeah, come down for a train and trial. We're happy to have you." And then yeah, same principle. I had to just there's 50 kids competing to be in the squad for that year, and it was the same mentality of just I have to outwork everyone, and that's how I got my foot in the door. And then same season, was in the squad the whole year, and essentially I moved. I went from 12 months living in Melbourne, and then the next year moving to a city like Sydney. And I was cutting hair. I was working full time, while also training in the afternoons, like training 4 times a week as a barber. So it was quite hard for myself. And the at the end of that 12 months period, I could have probably like maybe went to Queensland or kept following my rugby league career. But in my position, I needed that financial stability. I needed to provide for myself. And I thought, well, if I can put all my effort and energy into the business world, I believe genuinely that it's physically impossible for me to be unsuccessful. I knew I had the drive, I knew I had the talent, and I just knew, yeah, if I can apply my skill sets that I learnt playing as a rugby league and the discipline and the resilience and etc., I just knew I could be very successful in the business world. So at the time, I had a mentor when I was in Sydney, and he said, because I come from a working class background, I didn't really understand business. All I really knew was barbering. That was the only skills I had, and Barbering for me was just it was a skill where I could still chase my rugby league career and while earning an income. He was a business owner and he said, Bowen, look, if you want to financially support yourself, you have to get into sales. And I was like, what sales mean? Like I don't understand what that is. So he gave me I worked under him. I did 12 months in his business and it was very good for my development, just learning and understanding the business. I was doing admin, I was doing sales, and I was going down the path of probably the fitness industry. And I just knew I just wanted to make more money and be financially free. I stumbled across a friend named Chris Sharkey, one of the Launchpad mentors, and I was cutting hair at a friend's barber shop. He said that, "Look, I know people that help kids like yourself." And the next 2 weeks after that, I did the Launchpad Academy, did the training, and yeah, it was good. It just gave me an understanding of what a tech sales career can look like with the mindset training as well, and just the skill sets and the techniques just to get you prepared. And probably the biggest one for me was getting prepared for the interviews. There's people in the company that are high level successful in the industry that knows what recruiters and what companies are looking for. And you don't necessarily have to be the smartest or the highest IQ. Like myself, like I don't have a degree. I was a high school dropout. I didn't even finish year 12. So to have that support and to see that it is possible, um, yeah, it's unbelievable. Mid June, I finished the academy and got the Launchpad certificate, and then yeah, from June, I was applying for roles. During the process when I was trying to break into tech sales after the training, met Rob Spinks. Having that conversation with Rob and the mentorship, it really opened my eyes to what a tech sales career can look like. And back to what I was saying, like I nearly gave up on that sales dream. And having his conversation, I genuinely asked him, "Is it possible?" And he said, "Yes, Bond, it's possible. You can build the life you want in this career." I had an interview with Beyond Trust. It was a 5 round interview and passed through it and landed the job and having the tools and the training. I genuinely believe if I didn't have Launchpad, I don't think I would be able to land that job. I've been here. I've been at Beyond Trust now since November. It's great company, great team, and did the onboarding for 12 weeks. And then January it was the sales kickoff in Boston. Went to Boston, done our SKO, and had an opportunity to go to New York after. So that was January, and from the SKO, just seeing what's possible, hearing successful people in the industry, and it really made me more hungry and more driven. Been at Beyond Trust now for over 10 months, and I'm a top performer now. And yeah, my life has massively changed. Like 12 months ago, I can't believe I'm in this position. But back to obviously growing up on the Central Coast, like being a barber, working labouring jobs, like having this opportunity, I really value it and just so grateful to be in this opportunity. If it wasn't for Launchpad, like I wouldn't be in this position. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I genuinely mean that.